Welcome to this machine learning case study. Today we are going to be covering the paper Identifying the Habitat Suitability of Pteris vittata in China and Associated Key Drivers Using Machine Learning Models by Chen et al. Arsenic pollution is a worldwide issue. Plant species Pteris vittata is known for its ability to tolerate and hyperaccumulate arsenic and is an effective way to fight or remediate this contaminant. P. vittata can only be used to remediate habitats it can survive in, and knowledge regarding the geographical areas that are suitable for P. vittata survival and growth is currently limited. The goals of this study were to compare the stability and reliability of 10 machine learning models for identifying the habitat suitability of P. vittata in China, simulate the potential habitat distribution of P. vittata using the optimized model, and to explore the key drivers affecting the habitat distribution of P. vittata. P. vittata specimen data was collected from the Chinese Virtual Herbarium. Data of 744 individual specimens were used. This map shows where all of those samples were collected. Data for 31 environmental variables was obtained. The variables fit into 4 main classes: bioclimate data with 19 variables, including temperature and precipitation; topography data with 3 variables, elevation, slope, and aspect; soil physiochemical property data with 8 variables, including soil pH, soil organic matter content, and cation exchange capacity; and mine distribution data with 1 variable, mine location. 10 models were designed to predict the habitat distribution of P. vittata and were all compared to each other. These models included generalized linear model, multivariate adaptive regression spline, surface range envelope, functional data analysis, maximum entropy model, maxent over GLMNet, categorical regression tree analysis, random forest, artificial neural network, and extreme gradient boosting. Relationships between the variables were analyzed using regression models. GLM was used to assess the effects of environmental variables on species distributions and predict probability of species survival at unknown locations. MARS was used to predict survival probability in different environmental conditions. And SRE was used to decide if a given prediction falls within the suitable environment and will survive. Data were categorized into different classes using classification models. FDA was used to predict species survival probability. Maxent was used in habitat prediction. MaxNet improved species distribution modeling. And CTA was used to predict species survival based on environmental variables. Integration models were then also used to conduct regression and classification. RF was used to randomly select variables and create a large number of classification trees. ANN conducted iterative learning of input information and subsequently adjusted the weights. And XGBoost constructed a strong learner based on multiple weak learners. 70% of the specimen data was used for model training and 30% was used for model testing. The model with the highest coefficient of determination and smallest mean squared error, mean absolute error, and root mean squared error was selected for habitat prediction and examination of environmental factor contributions. Within these models displayed here, extreme gradient boosting performed the best using these model evaluations. Models were also evaluated using area under curve, AUC, total sum of squares, or TSS, and the Heidke skill score, CAPPA. And of all of these models evaluated, random forest performed the best. Overall, the extreme gradient boosting model achieved the best prediction results for the distribution of P. vittata, splitting up the experimental geographic area into habitat that was unsuitable, barely suitable, moderately suitable, and highly suitable. This graphic shows factor contributions that influenced the plant distribution. The most influential factors were minimal temperature of the coldest month and temperature seasonality, followed by mine density, precipitation seasonality, slope, soil organic matter, aspect, soil pH, soil calcium content, and so on. 24.47% of China's land was found to be suitable for P. vittata cultivation. Key drivers of suitable habitat are lowest temperature, annual temperature range, and mining density. The authors conclude that it is practical to remediate arsenic-contaminated soils with P. vittata in southern China since temperature is a limiting factor for growth, and measures can be taken to use this method in other areas with unideal conditions. For example, you could use plastic film covers, adapt plant times, and use greenhouses to grow this plant. If you would like to learn more, you can find the paper at this full citation. Thank you for watching.